Today we are going to be making some images and cartoon characters thinking about candy corn. If you look at these images, they look like little candy corn guys with two little candy corns sticking down. Candy corn is a simple shape. It's somewhere between a triangle and an oval. So it's really ideal, and we're going to start with the bottom of the candy corn, which is an oval. For cartooning today, we're going to make really a cute face. This face could be a kitty face. It could be a bear face. It could be a panda. It could be a lion, a dog, anything you want. So I'm going to start it so that it's kind of a vague face. But if you notice, it's the bottom of a candy corn on the top. Now we're making the body, which is more like the oval part of the candy corn, and now the little candy corn arms. See how they're kind of the shape of a candy corn? They're short, they're stubby, which is cute when you're cartooning. Now some candy corn legs. One candy corn, two candy corns. So now I have a total of 4 candy corns on the bottom. The body's kind of a candy corn, and the head is the bottom oval shape of the candy corn. And now look, the little white top of the candy corn, right? I like to make the face pretty fast so that it has a personality right away. So you can see when I make that little W, he's kind of smiling, right? It's something that's pretty happy. So you could make 2 little eyes on the bottom. See these dots? Those are cute. Sid has a circle and a little dot eye, or you can try making bigger eyes, which we'll do later. Right now I'm making some cheeks because he's smiling. So it's scrunching up the face vertically, keeping the chin. And I'm going to decide to myself, what kind of animal should this be? Well, you know I love cats. So I'm thinking, should I make it a kitty cat ear? But I also love dogs. Should I make it a little puppy dog ear? This is why you should draw very, very lightly with an H pencil. This is why I'm giving you guys different pencils. Some are B's, some are H's, HBs. So some are softer, some are harder. You start with the hard pencil and draw very, very lightly. Today I drew a little bit darker because I'm doing the video. But see, that's a special pencil I'm using. They have different hardnesses. So I've decided I'm going to make a little mouse. Nah, he looks too chubby to be a mouse. I think I'll make a bear ear. And that makes me feel good when I see the bear ear. So I'm going to erase the mouse and make a bear, because it just feels better to me when I see the bear ear. So here's his other little ear. Now I'm thinking, what kind of bear is this going to be? And that's in the back of my mind. And I say, you know what? I want some big eyes that look like a panda bear eyes. So now I said, I think it's going to be a panda. You don't have to make a panda, but I know pandas have also black arms and little black legs, right? If you think of a panda, the shoulders, arms, and legs, I'm making a tiny little foot, just like a little triangle shape, and a tiny little thumb on either side so I can get a feeling of paws if I want him to hold something later. Well, now I have to get into the details of it. The ears are going to be black. Also, I got to keep that chubby little smiley cheek. Now I'm deciding which arms are going to be in the front, which arm's going to be in the back. And I said, you know what? Since it's a panda, I need some big round eyes. I'm going to be playing with the eyeball a bit in this panda bear, because I like to have really nice pupils and eyeballs. But look, you could make a simple eyeball like Sid right there. But Let's make some big eyeballs today. Sid the shark had little ones. This one's going to have bigger. See, look how I make the circle kind of above the eye, and then I'll chop it off to match the other one. Chop it and erase it, and then I'll make the pupil even bigger. Trying to see what kind of, it's more of an iris pupil combination I want to have. So I'll be playing with that, because once you do it correctly, it'll feel right. It'll be like, you know what, I really like the look of that. And that's what I do when I do art. Sometimes it just clicks. I'm thinking the iris pupil is a little bit smaller than I like, so I'm trying making it a little bit bigger. But I always need the reflection in the eye to give it personality before I even want to go any further, and in the nose too. That's why I jump right to the nose. Noses and eyes give it so, and even a more of a little turned up mouth. See how those little things will give it so much more personality. And I just had to put a little tail in there. So right there, it's got a lot of personality, but I am going to have to color it in. I won't color the whole thing in for the video, but look, you're going to want the legs darker. I put a toe in, but I took it out later. This is what's great about penciling. Excuse me, coffee. And I decided to put a bow on it, look. Now, bows usually have two little pieces of ribbon coming down, but I think on this bow, I'm just going to put one piece. I always like to do one thing less than what I want to do. Always take one thing away, because less is more in art a lot of times. So instead of two ribbons, I'm just going to put one ribbon hanging down. See, I almost put the other one and I changed my mind. We know the ears are going to be black. We know the eyes are going to be black. We know the arms are going to be black. So I'm just lightly coloring them in. I will go over them with Sharpie, but for now I'm just coloring them in. Shading them in, really. And I decide, you know what? Why am I putting a thumb on my little paw if I'm not going to have the little panda holding something? So I said, you know what? Don't pandas love to eat bamboo? So I made a little bamboo plant last minute. I know they have long, thin leaves. And maybe he or she, I think this is a she, she's carrying around her snack, her bamboo snack. Like bringing a lunchbox to school, but instead it's a little bamboo. So now it's time for me to get my Sharpie and start coloring in. I'm not going to color the whole thing in because that would be boring, but I'll start. I think I'm going to color just the eyes in for you and maybe the ears, and then just show you that, of course, you would color in the legs and the arms. And look at this is where I leave the toe out. As I said, you know what? Less is more. It's going to be cuter without a toe. Outlining it. Notice I don't put a line all around the whole thing, just pieces of lines. Let the brain, your viewer's brain, put the rest of the line in. Give your viewer's brain something to do. Right? It makes it more interesting. Now, to me, the eyes and the nose, like I said, are the most important part. So I do fiddle around with the eye. I will get disappointed because I think, oh, that eye is different than the other, or the iris pupil area should be bigger, higher, smaller. So I'm dissatisfied with the eye. I'm trying